Hey everyone, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast, and welcome to WIP Wednesday, except that it's on Thursday. So sorry it's a day late this week, guys. Real world talk very quickly. My job has been incredibly busy. So I'm the compliance manager of my area, and now I'm also the e-commerce manager, which is not a small job at Christmas. So I've unfortunately had to spend a lot of my hobby time recently doing real world work, which is absolute garbage. However, what it does mean is that no, it means nothing good. It's just busy, but you do what you've got to do. Anyway, you guys are not here for me, you are here for the hobby. So let's go have a look at what everyone, you guys included, has been working on for the last week. So let's have a look at what I've been working on. So let's start with 3D printing. Let me get this pile of stuff. So I have just been trying out the 3D printer. I picked up an Elegoo Mars. I don't think it's Pro. It's not Pro. Just Elegoo standard Mars. And I've just been farming prints based on stuff I can find that's supported. So I've got random dungeon monsters. We've got a spider there. We've got some 40k stuff. Some Games Workshop Warhammer 40k files that I found online that people have sort of done. I can't get a very good shot of that, but basically you can see I've got some Terminators down here. These are wicked. I am absolutely in love with these, and started a little group where we were working on doing a 8mm Heresy. It's so small I can't get it to focus, but these are very cool. I've got a whole bunch of Undead and Dwarf Warmaster stuff as well. A little bit of Wood Elf there. I've got a Predator that I've been basically just been going through a whole bunch of files and printing off loads of stuff so I can get used to printing. Oh man, there's mushrooms everywhere. And this is the other thing I've been doing, is printing a ton of fungus bits and bobs. And the reason for that is because when you 3D print, you end up having space on your shelf. Like you get like a square to fill, and then it prints the whole square out. So every time I've got a bit of spare space on the printing plate, I've been printing out these little strips of stuff. So I've got a whole bunch of mushrooms, spiders, fire braziers. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's not braziers, that's for sure. Plinths with flames on. Let's go with that. And candles and stuff to just spruce up bases. And I'll show you for why. So I've got my tree man, finally based him, finally undercoated him. You can see I've got one little mushroom there. And I've got these cool little mushrooms that are on his arms. And I've stuck a random mushroom on his head. And I've got some more mushrooms on his arms. Just really cool little bits to add to the miniature to just add an extra character. And there's one of my 4,000 spiders. So the irony of the spiders is that as a kid I was terrified of them. Not too bad now. Don't like the ones that are bigger than a 40mm base is probably my limit. At that point, they have to be destroyed, like it's full-on exterminatus. Until then, you know, I'll just move them. It's fine. But when it comes to miniatures, I love spider miniatures, which is a ridiculous thing. So obviously I printed that dungeon dude. So the reason I want dungeon dudes is because as long as they fit on a 32 or a 40mm base, they're going to come in handy for the kind of rules we're looking to delve into as we go into next year with Blood Bowl. So wandering monsters, dungeon stuff, you know, plinths, terrain and things. We've got loads of cool stuff planned. So done the, you know what, let's just move my priming tray over onto the screen and we'll go through some bits and bobs. So what is Blood Bowl and what isn't? So like I said, I've been doing some War Master and I wanted to get some primed just to see how good the quality was. Actually happy with the dwarves. Got the dwarves from one place and got the undead from a Patreon. And yeah, I've signed up to a couple of Patreons now. This is all Blood Tithe Ben's doing. But yeah, the ghosts are cool. And what else we got? What's this? Oh yeah, more dwarves. More command dwarves. So yeah, 10mm War Master. Absolutely loving it. It's just Warhammer, old school. Then we saw last time that I'd been working on the Necromantic. Before we do that, you can see I've printed off a bunch of the Punga Pirates. I was trying to print off bases, but bases for some reason do not work for me, and the ones I did get to work just are too tall and just chunky. So still trying to find out some good 3D base STLs. So with my Punga Pirates, I printed a bunch off. The runners and the blitzer, it's kind of like the first ones I tried printing. It was a really good way to get used to it. The scale is a little bit off. They are bigger than they ought to be. Quality's brilliant though, like really good. Had problems with the tails for a long time printing, had to figure out why, tweak the settings. The miniatures are blimmin' lovely. They are larger than you would expect from Blood Bowls. Let's take a zombie. Now you can see this guy's chunky. He is quite chunky. So I think I saw some people post on the Punga Patreon, because Punga now do a Patreon, and that's where I got these files from, that printing it at 0.85 or 0.9 scale has them tie in quite nicely with actual Skaven miniatures. The runners are awesome. Like the miniatures are really cool. I've got a Punga Pirates team, but being able to say I printed this is insanely cool. So we can do a bunch of that, which means we're going to get some great prize support next year, which I'm super looking forward to. So before we look at my Necromantic, I did randomly print off an Atlas for BattleTech. I don't know if you guys are familiar with BattleTech, but it's like the classic stompy mech combat game. Everyone loves an Atlas. It's like one of the quintessential mechs. Printed off a couple. Actually, this is for a guy at work who mentioned in passing that the Atlas is his favourite. This model printed out brilliantly, and you can see the quality of the print is not perfect, but hey, it was 70p or something printed, so I'm having a super time, which none of you will be surprised at. And then there's one more thing to talk about printing wise, but before we do, look at my Necromantic team. I've finally gotten based, and I've gone with a spider theme because I had obviously hundreds of those spiders kicking around. I'm trying to get this to focus on the spiders is going to be tricky, but you can see that on all of my Necromantic guys there are one or two large spiders kicking about on the miniatures. Now that's what I'm going to use to tie the team together. You can see this one's dropping off his arm. Because I want to go with some kind of spider name like the Black Widows or something. Haven't quite decided. Originally they were going to be the Bogenhafen Banshees, but then I found loads of spiders and wanted to just glue them to the miniature. So it'll probably be the something Black Widows or something else. I don't know, guys. If you've got some cool spider names, I would appreciate your thoughts and ideas. And again, just glued spiders on these guys because I thought it was quite a horror theme. You know, it ties them all together with the ghosts. I put them on the bases, which is a good one to show you. Let's have a look at this one here. There you go. Got to get the hang of the zoom and the scan. There we go. Cool. So did the undead team. Printed off a zombie dragon for Warmaster. This is an absolute beaut. Had a go at work. Paint up. Look at that. I'm just having such a great time with all kinds of game things. However, back on Blood Bowl, I needed a troll for my Black Orc team. So I managed to scrounge a Black Orc team. And I was planning on using Varag as the troll. It's not a bad idea. But then I was looking through the files and I found this guy, who has got one hand that should be pointing. But again, I didn't quite get the supports right. So I'm printing another one at the moment. And yeah, this guy is going to be a big ogre / troll for my Black Orc team. Black Orc team are going to have loads of mushrooms everywhere because I've printed off loads of mushrooms. So I think that will be the identifying thing. But this guy is just such a cool miniature, and size-wise, he's kind of on par with the tree. He should fit on a 40mm base, yeah, just about. Hadn't checked that, probably should have done. So my Black Orc team has got a troll, and it's a really wicked miniature. Honestly, guys, I think that's everything from me when it comes to hobby. The 3D printer's been busy, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting paint on this stuff. Now I've got over the excitement of making it, I actually get to hobby with it. So let's start having a look at some of the hobby submissions we've had in the last week, and we kind of got a theme with today's episode. It's 3D printing. So we've got something here from Ronald Grant. Hey Ben, finalised my Acorn over the last week. Gonna have to have him printed up here soon. Awesome. So there's been a lot of acorns kicking around. I saw another one and printed it, and I have no idea where it's gone. Oh, the foot. Yeah, the foot didn't print, so I got rid of it, and I think I'm printing another one now. Can't remember what's actually on the print tray. Anyway, this looks awesome, Ronald. You're going to have to hook me up with the STL file, because this is really, really, really sweet. What have we got next? Ah, yes. So, oh, no, that's not working. Paladin demo once again on a Blood Bowl Overload. Got Elf Union, Necromantic, and the new box set. Nice. Good luck with the Elf Union team. Of all of those, that's actually one of the trickiest to build. Although, watch out for the ghosts as well. Here's a preview of the next scheme, the St. Louis Battlehawks. So, Paladin demo, huge XFL fan there. I'm on board with that. I love the XFL. It was wicked to see one of their QBs win or play with the Panthers in the NFL last week. That was pretty sweet to see. So that's Paladin demo. I'm looking forward to seeing these teams. Then we have got, let's see, can we zoom out? Can we zoom in? Here we go. Big Jacko Lil Minis. Hey guys, tried to get onto WIP Wednesday by tagging you on Instagram. However, I didn't realise you guys preferred it by email. It's only easier for me to track that way. I am swamped with messages and stuff like that. So guys, if you have messaged me and I haven't got back to you, please bear with me. Things are crazy. I've got Monday and Tuesday off. I'm going to get everything caught up with because Tiff is working as well. So anyway. Big Jacko, here's my tree man from Blood Bowl. My name's Big Jacko Lil Minis. I'm at Big Jacko Lil Minis on Instagram and Big Jacko Lil Minis on Facebook. Cheers again. Love the work you do. Also, and Twitch TV / Big Wacko Jacko on Twitch, where he usually paints live, which is cool. Thanks again for all the hard work you do on the Bonehead YouTube channel. Sweet. So we can see that we've got Big Jacko's tree man here. Gone with I love that. Static grass flock for eyebrows and a little goatee. That is wicked. This mini's come up really nice. It's really lovely and gone with detail there. So we've got a cool little sprite. You know, I hadn't even noticed that spike was on there. I saw the helmet. Oh, cool. I'd like to see more spikes from Games Workshop. Just as the little add-ons. Love the flower work on the pitch there as well. That's awesome. Big Jacko Lil Minis. And then we have got Alex Ty. Hey guys, name's Alex. Can't believe I only just found the Bonehead podcast. I've been playing Blood Bowl since 3rd edition. Since that's dropped, I've always wanted to convert my own Goblin team. Never been a fan of third-party stuff, but the Games Workshop Goblins never did it for me until now. Introducing my converted Goblin team, the Credence Smearwater Survivalists. Alright, cool. How do we do this? How do we do this so we can see the whole team? Okay, first of all, Rockgut Troggoths, superb pick for trolls. I've got a couple. I've got an unopened box there as well. I just went a bit to town, was planning an entire troll team. Don't tell Blood type Ben. Anyway, so these are the old Night Goblin miniatures. That's not fair. These are the current Night Goblin miniatures from Age of Sigmar. We've got Zarbag's Gits. That's not going to work. The zoom isn't going to work on that one. That's a shame. The Fanatic. I absolutely love that miniature. I love the paint scheme as well. Black and purple. Looks really good for Night Goblins. Love the use of a Squig Hopper in there as well. And that is a... Let's see if we can get a close-up on this guy, because that is amazing. Look at this. Is that on the screen? Let's just budge this over a little bit. So we've got a Night Goblin here with a jetpack. Now that looks awfully like a Heresy era Marine jetpack with a warning label. Look at this. It's got a warning label on it. That's awesome. This team looks great, and we've got 40k chainsaw down here. Good use of the troll miniature, and this must be 1, 2, 3. I wonder if this is the Bombardier. This must be the Bombardier, and that is obviously the Hooligan with the gong there. That is an absolutely wicked looking team. Got a couple more shots there. Go. Look at this. The detail, the hazard stripes. Hazard markings. Love it. This is cool. Oh, heart bomb yet. So this is the Bombardier who's got just some frag grenades in his bag, in his quiver. That is amazing. Really lovely team. Like, I'm a big fan of the Games Workshop Goblin team when it's done right. But this is an awesome alternative. Well done, man. That's a terrible shot, actually. Let me zoom out so we can see some actual miniatures. That is a great job there, Alex. Really, really, really cool. Let's see, what have we got up next? And, yeah, I love Zarbag there. Zarbag gets Fanatic from Underworlds. Underworlds is a good game. Gonna see some more of that next year, I think. And next up, we have got Jonathan Redmond. Okay, hey Ben, been hammering the podcast and YouTube vids recently to get my Blood Bowl buzz going. Excellent. Here's some WIP of my orcs. The Skull River Stingers. I managed to get a set of the Auckland Raiders team, so I could kit bash the armor to give me some variety on the positions while maintaining the poses to tell them apart on the field. Right, straight up, that is a brilliant idea. Let's have a look at the troll first. The troll miniature here has grown on me. I've got one from the orc team to build. So many trolls. So many trolls. That has grown up on me. So, yeah, going for the black, yellow and silver paint scheme there for the Auckland Raiders. So getting hold of the Forge World pack for orcs is a great idea. I think it's sold out, actually, because I did look at that as well, because it's a really cool way of adding variety to your team, and we're all about adding variety, adding a bit of conversion opportunity just to make your team your team. So if you've managed to get hold of one, absolutely smashing job. And we got, love the face paint, that's brilliant. That's a really good way to tie him in with the rest of the team. Yeah, really, really big fan of this. So the Skull River Stingers. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Really, really cool. Love the scheme. Love the finish. Now we've got a bit of a this is the most WIP of WIP Wednesdays. This is from Owen. Hey Ben, finally got the Udora Dwarfs finished and matte varnished applied as the new season box set turned up. Perfect timing, as I could use the Astro Granite pitch to backdrop the images. Standard size comparison shot for the death roller against the human Wolverine lineman. I've missed that. Grebo lizards are now on the paint table. Hopefully this will be done a lot quicker. There's a drop box, I think, there, which I've missed. So that's going to have to go on to next week's episode. Grebo lizards are now on the paint table. Need a dry day to get the undercoat on the Necromunda terrain. Yes, we saw that last week as well. That's awesome stuff. Hopefully that'll be painted quickly. Hobby or backlog just increasing with the arrival of my second season box and goodies. So Owen Orkster here has got the box, he's got the necromantic pitch, he's got some dice that I'm assuming is going to be Owen's retirement plan, because the dice are unicorn poop, I think is probably the best way to go for it, and that necro team. So I love the necro team. It wasn't that difficult to build, not really. I mean, I made a bit of a meal of it, but I always do because I rush things because I'm a terrible adult. But I mean, I love the team. I really love the team. It's one of my favourite ones from Games Workshop recently, so I hope you enjoy that. These three teams here are absolutely wicked, and that pitch is cool as well. So that's great stuff. Oh, and sorry I missed your Dropbox stuff. I'll chuck it into next week's episode. And we've got a follow-up message here from Ronald Grant. Hey Ben, just finished the Acorn Proxy I made. Super happy with the end product. Keep up the awesome work. And there it is. So everybody's gone Acorn Wild. I actually haven't painted my Games Workshop one, which makes me a terrible human, I think. But that is cool. That is cool. The eyes are terrifying. I'm not going to lie. Is that Acorn? Is that an acorn? Or is that just like an earring? That's pretty sweet. That looks great. Good job with that. Really good job with that. And I would love the STL file because I would like to print that off, because that looks sweet. And we've got some more here from Pablo now. Hey there, Ben. Watched your video about Slan starting rosters, and I wanted to share with you my Fanath Frog team. Love the Fanath Frog team. I know you love these miniatures, and they are so unique in their playstyle, but they deserve to be fixed by the NAF. And I think they did get fixed by the NAF. We've now got them in the game, haven't we? So they deserve to be fixed by the NAF. There we go. So we've got them, which is cool. Best regards, Pablo. So this is Pablo's Fanath team. So if you saw the Slan team roster video that we did based off the back of the NAF releasing Slan rules and Corn rules, to be fair, you will know that I am a fan of the Slan team because it brings something a bit more unique to Blood Bowl in that it is a suicidal leaping team, which is cool. And these miniatures are great. Seriously, Pablo, lovely paint job, lovely basing, and going to all the effort to name all the bases. That is just top tier work there from me. Nicely done. Oh, this is cool as well. So Adam Pike, hey Ben, he's not finished yet, but I wanted to say thanks for the gift from Mega Bowl 2020. Thanks, Adam. So Adam, thank you so much for coming on to Mega Bowl. Adam ran a Snotling team, the Unstoppable Boscombe Raiders of Power and Excellent, where he had 5 Snotlings, 2 Flingers, a Hopper, 2 Runners, 2 Trolls, Fungus the Loon, and Ripper. However, that is now over and done with. The rules, that was the last of our tournaments for 2016. So that was awesome for Adam to come along, and I hope he had a good time playing at the tournament. And yes, ended up with this prize, which Blood Tithe Ben printed a load of prizes for people, and one of them was, as it was a horror kind of themed tournament, it's a Halloween tournament, a undead pumpkin chainsaw. Nice job on that one. Love it. It's great to see that miniature going. I think I've got a spare one kicking around. Might have to get that one onto the paint as well. Now we've got some stuff from Trevor Dixon. Hey Ben, this week I worked on converting and priming a custom Bryce the Slice Cambuel miniature. For the legs I used bits from an old Warhammer Fantasy Empire miniature. Okay, yeah, I can see one of the infantry. Then I used a skeleton horse rider for the torso. You can't really see the torso in that one. And a Space Marine chainsaw for his chainsaw. Yeah, the Space Marine chainsaws and the Orc chainsaws from 40k have never been so popular, I think. Really enjoy using bits from my bits box to create and convert miniatures. This is one of the greatest things about hobbies, and one of the great things about like Blood Bowl, where you've got a big guy or one positional or a secret weapon or a star player. You just get to be a bit creative, which is awesome. I plan on painting Bryce in an orange and purple colour scheme, along with neon green flames to match my necromantic horror team that I'm getting in the near future. Thanks for taking a look, and happy painting. Trevor, this is awesome. Seriously, good work. Go into all the effort to convert it. That is a terrifying skull face, to be fair. And I like that he's got the flame on his head as well. Got bits and pieces. Just gone to town with this conversion, which I fully support. And we get a shot at the back, we do as well, so you can see all the flames. That's going to look great. Trevor, make sure you send us a painted miniature when you get it done, because that sounds really cool. Oh, it's that time of the week. It's Christopher Norling. I finished another player for the Skeletors. Evil Warriors, a very cute skeleton. It is a very cute skeleton. Let's have a look and see if we can show it off. So this is from the Cutie Malls range. And this is Thick Legs. Has got a really great painting style, some lovely squigs, and I love seeing updates from him, because that's a really good way to paint, and a really lovely way to paint and show off a really lovely set of miniatures. So that is awesome from Christopher. Oh, talking of that time of the week, it's time for Graham, our resident dwarf. Which is amusing, because that's actually how he signed off the email. Hey Ben, excuse all the photos. It's not that many, guys. Graham, keep up the good work. Not necessarily all painted in the last week. Let me explain. I painted the two refs, started the ogre team, started the ogre and troll from the Blood Bowl 2020 box. As you can see from my ogre team, the 10 City Titans, one of the ogres is in green. That's because I wanted him for my Old World Alliance team. Now I'm painting the Blood Bowl 2020 ogre to join the Titans, so they're all in the same colours. Trying to paint a troll has really pushed me out of my comfort zone and trying different techniques. Just hoping it turns out okay. Regards, Graham, aka Boric Grumbaki, the resident dwarf. And definitely is the resident dwarf. So, first up, we've got the referee miniatures. And that's really, really well done. I think we saw the WIP last week with the stripes and looking really good. I like the basing. The basing is retro. I enjoy that. Plus, you've got the fancy stuffs. So, good work there. Gone to the effort of writing script on that there, which is cool. You've got a cool book. I suck with yellow hair. I can't do it. I did Glory or Summer Bloom and it was just awful, so nice job with that there. And here we go. So this is the 10 City Titans. That is a heck of a basing scheme. I love this team. This is wicked. So you've got the logos there, you've got the scheme. So this green dude is for the Old World Alliance, hence the colour difference. So I'm assuming the next picture, more of the team, which looks lovely, by the way. Great job with the skin. Great job with the skin, great job with the hair. Looks really, really cool. That is a heck of a green. I'm impressed with that. That's a neon green. Then we've got the troll. So this, I noticed earlier when I was looking through. Great blending there. Getting through from the purple to the red. It's very chaotic. Like, I like that. I like your colour schemes. Solid greens, purples, pinks. It's really retro. I love it. And there's the missing ogre for the 10 City Titans. So that's awesome work there, Graham. Thank you very, very much as ever. Timo Budzinski's up next. This is a really cool miniature. Hey Ben, actually working on Bob and the Snotling team, and did some pre-shading on the horror team. So I've seen this miniature before. This is the best I've seen it look. Like, I've seen it in the shop, on the online shop, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's quite cool. Like Bob, everyone loves Bob. But I've not really seen... It's something about this angle or something. It makes me think that actually this is a very cool miniature to own and paint. And then, yeah, we've got another Necro team being prepped. These are great miniatures. Absolutely love the team. And we've got the Snotling team underway there as well. So Timo doing some great work there. Let me see. We need some team names here, guys. So the Snotling team and the Horror team, we need some team names. And the last submission for today is Justin Orns, Orc Test model for Purple People Eaters with a Z. So as a Packers fan, I don't know if I'm supposed to like this or not, but I do. So love a bit of purple, love a bit of orange. This is looking really sweet. I'm a big fan of this scheme. And the Purple People Eaters is a great team name. So, just talked about team names. That's wicked. Going with the line on the base. Looking great. All we've got to do now is paint the rest of the team. Orc Blitzers, very good players. And there we go. So some great stuff from everyone this week. Thank you so much. And once again, I'm really sorry it's a day late this week. Been a busy week. Been really just pressed for time with content, but I'm back on track now. So by next week we should be back to standard stuff. Just want to say a quick shout out. Saturday is our next podcast episode. We're talking unlimited rerolls. The FAQ, basically the FAQ. We're looking at that. We're looking at redrafting and how that affects your team build. And the way you skill up your players, and we're also going to be announcing our top 3 stories that are gone to Andy Hall, the Black Library author, to pick a winner for our short story competition. Not only that, but you're going to start seeing some short stories land on our feed and on our YouTube feed, because we had nearly 30 entries, over 50,000 words. Took ages to go through them all, and they are brilliant. So really looking forward to that. So that will start on Saturday. Saturday will be the podcast episode, and the first story will be up on Sunday, and we're going to try and do one a day up until Christmas Eve. Anyway, guys, I am going to scoot off now because I've got many videos to do. And thank you so much for submitting everything. Don't forget, the Bonehead Podcast at gmail.com. It helps me get everything together. Anyway, I am going to definitely not go print things off. See you later.